And now, Mike's thoughts.
NFL has officially come out and said that they will now entertain the idea, test, if you want to say, flexing the Thursday night games. Couple rule changes have happened the last couple days, and one of it is the flexing of the Thursday night games. The games that can be flexed is week 13 through 17. Now, they do have to have a 4-week heads up. They do have to have a reason to flex this game, right? So let's look at the couple of the week 13 through 17 Thursday night games moving forward. Seattle Seahawks versus the Dallas Cowboys, week 13. Week 14, we got the Patriots versus Steelers. Week 15, we got the Chargers versus the Raiders. Week 16, we got the Saints versus the Rams. Week 17, we got the Jets versus the Browns. This is all great and dandy. The NFL flexes games from week 13 to week 17 anyways on Sundays when NFL games are supposed to be played. Now you are saying, hey, you know what? We need a good Thursday night product. Thursday nights have been basically shit show games anyways, as is. Especially look at this. The Patriots Steelers. It could be intriguing. Probably not. Chargers Raiders. No, not December 14th. Saints Rams. Probably not. Jets Brown. Okay, let's get a couple bottom feeder teams in there. NFL. You guys preach player safety all the time. You guys preach the fact that we want to keep the players healthy. We want to keep the players safe. Why are you willing to flex Thursday night games then? Why do you want teams playing 4 days rest anyways? Is that really safe? Is that really putting the best interest in mind of the players out there? No, it's absolutely not. Absolutely not. Fair catch rule. It's player safety. Hitting players over the middle. It's player safety. But then you play Thursday night games. Is that really player safety? I mean, I get it. It is what it is. Amazon's got to make their money. They spent billions of dollars to get those Thursday night contracts, right? They did. They spent a pretty healthy amount to get that contract. But damn. Can we just do away with Thursday games? Make them Friday games or Saturday games. Let's do a Saturday night primetime game. Compete with the college football. Heads up. We'll see who the superior is then. Who is really superior then, right? But come on. Stop it. Stop it, NFL. Stop preaching player safety. Stop trying to make Thursday games relevant because they're just not at the end of the day. Let's just be honest. Cue that intro. Are you ready for the best damn radio show on the planet? MANHOUR Nation, rise up.
You don't want to be every time, no. I would like to personally welcome you to MANHOUR After Dark. Say that then. While I bring you the host, Mike, Buck, and Cone. You know who's coming to the stage. Sports talk than what you about to hear right here. I second that.
Go. You know that it's us when we talking about sports. Giving you facts on the field to the core. Tune in, we need the support. 1 hour too short, still listen some more. On all your stations, not dropping no music. Stripes like Adidas, but Nike just do it. Down 4 in the 4th, we go for the win. Michael 2 seconds, we taking it in. Buck, Mike, and Combs, you know what's going on. Man, now we're After Dark, no LA, we the big spark. No 4th and inches, won't cut you short. Got the best talking, it's all sports. Buzzing more than buzzer beaters. We coming live, all 3 speakers go.
And what is up, MANHOUR Nation? Michael Buckhatcher here with the MANHOUR. Try to head over to manhourradio.com. Of course, check out the merchandise page. Look at the blog section as well. MANHOUR has teamed up with a team to make you guys some good merch. We are going to be dropping parody merch of every NFL team out there. That's right. Get yourself some parody merch over at manhourradio.com, probably starting mid-June. That's when we'll start rolling out. We'll definitely promote it here on the live, but definitely, guys, get you guys some parody merch. I like it. I'm just saying. Maybe I'm biased, but I'm definitely going to get at least 15 shirts. I'm just putting it out there. It is Wednesday edition here at MANHOUR. It is Factor Crap Wednesday. We are going to talk about DeMarco Murray, Texans head coach, saying that CJ Stroud is not the starter. Robert Saleh said that the Jets are Super Bowl contenders. What? Austin Eckler gets them Bills on a revised contract. We'll talk about that. Calvin Ridley making his staple over there in Jacksonville. Khalil Mack has officially not woken up from his nightmare yet. We got the toxic comment of the day coming up as well. We got Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is, featuring Matt Rampage. Yeah, if you guys don't know who Matt Rampage is, you'll find out. He's a Green Bay Packers guy. We'll see what he had to say about the Packers. But let's go ahead and get into it. Get into it. My man Dan Hood is in the house. What is up, Dan? Man, how about those overrated Eagles, man? We're going to talk about the Eagles about 3:30 here. We got fan talk coming up to end the show here as well. Man, my notes are all types of screwed up. But let's get into some new news to start this afternoon off. The first new news of the day is coming out of New York. New York Football Jets. They'll be hosting punter Matt Araiza. They'll have him as a workout. And if you guys don't remember who Matt Araiza is, or Ariza, I should say, he was a former 6th round pick that was waived/cut by the Buffalo Bills when he was allegedly a part of a gangbang back in college. They wanted to gangbang this allegedly 17-year-old, right? And when I use the word allegedly, the man wasn't even there. The man wasn't even at the party when this thing happened. So this girl comes out and says, oh, he did it. Along with like 4 or 5 other football players as well. None of them were there. None of them were charged. But the Jets will be hosting a workout for punter Matt Araiza. And honestly, guys, I hope he makes it, and I hope he has an NFL Hall of Fame career. Because this whole Me Too crap has got to stop. We've seen it many, many times. NFL, or lives in general, have been changed, have been altered, have been basically career-ending by these alleged things. I keep referring back to the Bears guy, big old 12-pack himself. It rolled up and like number 9 or number 0, right? We remember that, right? He was accused of raping a girl, a white girl. Never happened. Her daddy just didn't like it. Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin was attendance for Bills OTA and appeared to be participating in individual drills per WGRZ TV in Buffalo. Hamlin came after Sean McDermott told reporters earlier in the day that team planned to take his return action one day at a time. McDermott just supported Damar Hamlin in every way possible, and I'm not going to go into specifics what he did in the hour. He isn't in the building, and he is working out. So Damar Hamlin is officially back at Buffalo Bills camp. Excited to see that happening, right? Bada bing, bada boom. We'll talk about Austin Eckler. We're not going to talk about that yet, but Aaron Rodgers says he has decided to take a vet day. Use the word air quote there, vet day, after tweaking his calf in Tuesday practice. Are we concerned about that? I mean, he's 39 years old. Granted, I know that's not old for us normal people, right? But us football players, 29 is like, damn, I got to shuffle to get out of bed. A tweaked hamstring could end his season. Or sorry, a tweaked calf could end his season. Breece Hall, speaking of the New York Jets, isn't ready to practice yet as he continues to rehab from his ACL. Robert Saleh has told the told reporters. Speaking of the New York Jets, Micaiah Beckham isn't practicing either as he just continues to rehab from his dislocated kneecap in week 1 last season. Dude, that was like 9 months ago. Patrick Mahomes came back from a dislocated kneecap in 3 weeks. Come on, man. Seattle Seahawks cornerback Tajah Woodland had minor knee scope on Tuesday, but he is expected to be ready for training camp and week 1 per sources. He's probably going to getting cut anyways. Let's just be honest about it. But guys, that is going to be it for the new news. Patriots End Zone says Ariza was at the party and he did have sex with her. He admitted it, but was not in the house where it allegedly happened. I think Patriots End Zone, he may have had relations previously, but when they did the gangbang, his lawyer come out and said that he wasn't even at the party. I mean, we could be reading 2 different articles here, I guess, but it is what it is. But thank you for your comment. I will look into that. Patriots End Zone to confirm, to make sure that I'm just not talking out my booty hole like sometimes I like to do. But guys, today is Factor Crap Day. It is Wednesday, Factor Crap, and let's go ahead and dive right in to the Factor Crap. But first, we have to tell you guys what Factor Crap is all about. We have been putting a little divots out there here and there, a little bit of comments, a little bit of this, and we read articles, we watch videos, and I gather the information and I determine whether it's a fact or if it is a crap. So the first Factor Crap of the day, newly head coach for the Houston Texans, DeMeco Ryans, says CJ Stroud will not be handed the starting job for the Houston Texans. He says there's an open competition between him, Davis Mills, and Case Keenum. So we got to ask this question. Fact or crap, CJ Stroud will not be handed the starting position. Oh, DeMarco Ryans, Coach Ryans. My man, you guys drafted this man 2nd overall. You guys have had Davis Mills is not a horrible quarterback. Definitely no world beater. Definitely a gap stop, and he was a nice piece. But he isn't your guy. CJ Stroud is your guy. Case Keenum, great backup, right? He's like on his 15th team, right? He's pulling the Ryan Fitzpatrick treatment there and Colt McCoy treatment, right? He isn't your guy either. CJ Stroud is your guy. You drafted him 2nd overall. You drafted him to be the guy. Every indication is that CJ Stroud is number 1 on your depth chart. So I was like, well, maybe, just maybe, the Houston Texans have put him as 2nd on his depth chart, right? Maybe. So I dug into ESPN.com. CJ Stroud listed as a starter, Davis Mills backup, Case Keenum third string. Like, okay, maybe it's a one-off. Go to NFL.com. Depth chart. CJ Stroud, number 1. Davis Mills, 2nd. Case Keenum, 3rd. Oh. Let's go directly to the source. HoustonTexans.com. Depth chart. CJ Stroud, number 1. Davis Mills, number 2. Case Keenum, number 3. Well, surely somebody's got to have Davis Mills as starter, right? Let's go to ProFootballReference.com. Depth chart. CJ Stroud, number 1. Davis Mills, number 2. Case Keenum, number 3. Well, let me make my own website. Went to chatgpt.com. Who is the starter of the Houston Texans? No. Backspace. Who are the quarterbacks? What does the depth chart look like for the Houston Texans quarterback? Number 1, CJ Stroud. Number 2, Davis Mills. Number 3, Case Keenum. Guys, this is 100% crap. Okay? I don't care if you think he's got to earn it. You know how he is going to earn it? He's going to walk into the facility, sign his 4-year contract for $20 million or whatever it is going to be. He is going to go pick out his helmet, probably put on a nice little visor to make himself look kind of swaggish, right? Going to put on that number 7. Bada bing, bada boom. There's your starter. There is how he has earned it. You guys understand, like, I've seen our post on our Facebook page, facebook.com/manhour. Oh, you're telling me somebody has to earn a job? Oh. And then my favorite, right, which is not the toxic comment of the day. That's coming up later. We'll dive deeper into that. But this guy's like, apparently you don't know how the NFL works. You just don't get handed positions. You don't get handed jobs. You are right. You just don't get handed positions or handed jobs. But if you are the second quarterback, second overall, drafted by a team that needs a quarterback, you're going to end up being the starter. That's like saying that the Carolina Panthers are not going to start Bryce Young week number 1. Andy Dalton, a good veteran. Well, he's like 12, 13, 14 years in the league, right? Definitely well-proven, well-traveled. Heck, he was the Cincinnati Bengals quarterback for what, 10, 12 years and led them to the playoffs 10 of those 12 years. Like, it was like 80. I mean, I'm just pulling numbers out of my butt, but he did lead them to the playoffs 80% of the time. Granted, they were 8-8 a lot of those times, if not all those times, but still did good things. But yeah, this is crap. Patriots end zone. My man. He says fact. Coach Ryans is speaking facts, he says. Allergies have got me down again today. Sheesh. Fact, he's a rookie. He's got to earn it. Unless you are NFL ready day 1. I understand what you're saying. Some people are not NFL ready day 1. I get it. But let's just be totally honest. Between me, you, and the 10 people out there listening, does anybody think the Houston Texans are worth a damn this season? Me personally, I think they're making great moves. But the average person, Vegas, whoever else, hell, Houston Texans fans think they're only going to win 4 games this season. I don't care if you are NFL ready day 1 or not. Put CJ Stroud in there. Our man, Suit Boss, delivered facts last season that basically says there is no benefit from a player sitting the first year as a quarterback. Now, I know you, Wayne G, gave me some stats that proved otherwise, but I would like to have a debate between Suit Boss and Wayne G about the sitting of the quarterback first year. I don't care if CJ Stroud isn't, quote, ready, NFL ready. He will be NFL ready by week 3. I mean, do you want to go through another year of Davis Mills? Davis Mills is not a terrible quarterback. He's not great, but he's not terrible. If I'm the Houston Texans or a Houston Texans fan and I see CJ Stroud not starting week 1, I'm buying a Dallas Cowboys jersey. Like, I'm buying a Dallas Cowboys jersey if I do not see CJ Stroud starting week 1. It is what it is. jumping back into the comments here, it says, we all remember a number 1 overall pick at QB sitting a whole season behind Matt Schaub. He wore number 7 too. What was the Carr's name? It's not Derek Carr. What was his name? It was Carr, right? I don't remember. Refresh my memory. I don't remember who that number 7 was. Suit Boss is wrong, he says. Maybe we can set up a little friendly debate. We will record it. We'll put it on the air. Bada bing, bada boom. Match made in heaven, baby. Match made in heaven. Shake my head. Michael Vick. You're right. Didn't Matt Schaub play for the Houston Texans as well? Maybe that's why I was not thinking straight, because I thought Matt Schaub played for the Texans as well, and we were talking about the Houston Texans. But Carr was the first quarterback ever for the Houston Texans, right? Have they ever had a number 7 at quarterback? I don't know. Was Michael Vick a one-off, though? I don't know. We'll have to look into that. Moving on. Moving on. Excuse me. Collect my thoughts. Dig deep into this soul of mine. Fight through these allergies. Speaking of fighting, Robert Saleh says the New York Football Jets are one of the 6 to 8 teams that are truly Super Bowl contenders. So, guys, fact or crap, the New York Football Jets are truly Super Bowl contenders in 2023. When we look at the New York Football Jets, they have made fairly good moves, or retract that statement. They made a lot of moves this offseason. They brought in Aaron Rodgers, 39-year-old Aaron Rodgers that has a strain or a tweaked calf and sitting out OTAs now. Okay. They brought in an Allen Lazard that got 60 catches for 788 yards last season. Not terrible, but not great either. Oh, Randall Cobb, 34 catches for 417 yards last season. Did you guys realize he's only 32 years old? And I say only, but it seems like he has he's old as dirt. Oh, because he's not very good and he just kind of seems to be flying under the radar, right? Oh, but they picked up McCole Hardman too. The same McCole Hardman that the 5th-year option did not get picked up by the Kansas City Chiefs. And he had 25 catches for 297 yards last season. And had the greatest quarterback in the league. Okay? Oh, but they got C.J. Uzomah. You mean that C.J. Uzomah that had 21 catches for 232 yards last season? Guys, this is crap. This is crap. The Jets are a 5 to 6 win team tops. Tops. They have a harder schedule this year. Last year, they had one of the weakest schedules in the NFL. One of the weakest schedules in the NFL. You do a little bit better, the games get a little bit harder. And then you want to say, we're Super Bowl contender by adding a 39-year-old Aaron Rodgers? Now, I get it. We've seen Peyton Manning go to the Denver Broncos and win a Super Bowl. He was probably like 38, 39 years old, right? We saw the infamous legend of Tom Brady go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and win the Super Bowl his first year, right? But let's compare those teams. Let's compare the New York Football Jets versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Wide receiver, off the top of my head, their number one guy, Mike Evans, Is Mike Evans as good as Alan Lazard? Come on. Come on. Tied in. Gronk. Is a CJ Uzma as good as Gronk is? No. Running back Breece Hall coming off of ACL still hasn't still not ready yet, right? Is he as good as Leonard Fournette was that season? To be determined, but I'm going to say no. How about this? Tom Brady. Is Aaron Rodgers as good as Tom Brady was that year? No. No. Now, I do know the Jets have that new offensive coordinator and Nathaniel Hackett. And I do know that Aaron Rodgers won back-to-back MVPs by default with Nathaniel Hackett. But last year, he sucked. Let's just be honest about it. He sucked last year. He was not a top 15 quarterback last season. He just wasn't. So to say that the Jets are Super Bowl contenders, stop it. Stop it. That is crap. Crap. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But then I got to thinking, Robert Saleh said there's 6 to 8 teams that are legitimately Super Bowl contenders. And I got to thinking, who are those 6 to 8 teams that he thinks is legitimate Super Bowl contenders? I mean, obviously he didn't list them because, you don't want to put them up on that pedestal and put everybody else down here and get that bullseye on your back, right? That would just be asinine. So I made a quick little list here that I think teams that could legitimately play in the Super Bowl right now as team is constructed, looking at their slate of games and whatever, right? Obviously, the number one is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs. They are reigning Super Bowl champions. They have their Super Bowl contending team. Number two, I think the Cincinnati Bengals. I think they are a Super Bowl contending team right now as well. And then, of course, you got to go with the Super Bowl runner-up from last year, the Philadelphia Eagles. They could, in theory, be a Super Bowl competitive team as well on paper, but we all know about the NFC Super Bowl hangover. The team normally doesn't even make it to the playoffs next season. We digress from that. Then we had number 4, the Buffalo Bills. Now, the Buffalo Bills are kind of like that wild card, right? I remember week 4 through last season, like, this is the most dominant team ever, and then the Bills literally fell off the face of the earth after that, right? But I would put the Buffalo Bills in there. San Francisco 49ers, I think they are a Super Bowl competitive team as well. They might be a quarterback away still. I don't think Trey Lance is the answer or Brock Purdy is the answer to lead them to the Super Bowl. They will be led by their defense and running game again. But that's what they're built on, right? Then, number 6, 7, 8, like, it's kind of a reach. It's kind of they could be really good, but they haven't proven shit the last couple seasons. Dallas Cowboys could be really, really, really good. But it's the Dallas Cowboys, right? What have they done for you since 1996? Then I guess you got to put the Miami Dolphins up there. They could be really, 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 really good. Could be. What's the old saying? Want in one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up first? And then at number 8, I'm just like, I don't know. Is it the Minnesota Vikings? Is it the Pittsburgh Steelers? Is it the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Is it the New York or the New Orleans Saints like some Saints fans are talking about? I don't know. In the comments, guys, let me know the 8 teams that you think Robert Saleh is talking about. What 6 to 8 teams do you think are right now are Super Bowl contenders? I'd be curious to see what people are thinking. Let me know. Jumping into the comments here, it says, crap, the Jets are toilet bowl contenders. They are a bottom tier team this season. The Jets are toilet bowl contenders this season. They are a 5 to 6 win team tops. Adding a 39-year-old Aaron Rodgers does not tip the scales in their favor. Adding Alan Lazard does not tip their scales. Randall Cobb doesn't tip the scales. McCole Hardman doesn't tip the scales. They got a really good defense. They should have just kept building. Shot himself in the foot this season. Shot themselves in the old footer-rooney. My man. Man, what's up with these ear things today? I don't really need them because it's just me. Maybe I just like to hear myself talk. I don't know. It is what it is. Austin Eckler. That's right. The Austin Eckler, the quote, best running back in the NFL, wants to be the highest paid running back in the NFL, has had a revised contract. The Chargers are paying him now $1.75 million in incentives this season moving forward. So, if he gets over like 1,600 yards, he gets an extra $600,000. He gets a couple more touchdowns. He get a little bit more of this, whatever, right? It's incentives. You do well, you get a little bit more bread in your pocket, right? So guys, fact or crap, Austin Eckler is one of the top running backs in the NFL. This is crap. This is crap. I know you Charger fans love your Austin Eckler. Fantasy football fans love Austin Eckler last year as well from like week 5 on, right? He got us a touchdown every week. But when we dive into this Austin Eckler stats, I was expecting a couple 1,000-yard seasons, 1,500-yard seasons. I was expecting to be kind of like, whoa, this guy is actually really, really good. He is a top running back in the NFL. But let me ask you this question. How many 1,000-yard seasons has Austin Eckler had? I'll wait. The answer is 0. He has had 0 1,000-yard rushing seasons. The last 2 seasons were his closest at 911 and then 915 last season. Well, Buck, he's always been right around 900 yards, and that's about average for a running back nowadays, right? Okay, false. 2017, his rookie season, 260 yards for 2 touchdowns in the season. Not a week, not a quarter of the season, the whole season. 260 yards. Does that sound like a top tier running back? Oh, but he was a rookie. Sophomore year was better. You're right. Sophomore year was better. 2018. How many yards did he have? 554 yards. 3 touchdowns. Well, that was a 50% improvement. He's definitely got to keep pounding on the next year, right? Junior season 2019. No. He went downhill. Well, he did this. He flatlined. 552 yards for 3 touchdowns. Oh, 2020, he shined, didn't he, baby? Okay. If shining is 530 yards for 1 touchdown, shine away, my man, shine away. And then, obviously, 2011, the 911 yards for 12 touchdowns. That wasn't even a top 10 running back. Last season, 915 yards for 13 touchdowns. That was ranked 13th. If you guys remember right, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, February, March, right when the league season started, March 16th, I believe it was, Austin Eckler was given permission to seek a trade. No trade suitors for the best running back in the NFL. No trade suitors because he wanted to get his bag. Oh, Look where he's at. He's in the same place that he is unhappy with. He is in the same place where he has had a magical 1,000-yard season. No, I guess he hasn't. He is in the same place where, he spent the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons. Huh. Guys, what's the average life of a running back? Exactly. Jumping in the chat here, they say crap. Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, even Miles Sanders is better than good old Austin Eckler. Hell, if you want to add to that, baby, Tony Pollard's better than him. I even say Zeke's still better than him, even though Zeke isn't on a team right now. The Wilson guy for the Miami Dolphins. Is it Michael Wilson or something? Michael Wilson Jr.? I think he's even better than Austin Eckler. How about Kenneth Walker III? Shine, baby, shine, right up there in Seattle. But yeah, I wouldn't even put Austin Eckler as a top 10 running back in the NFL right now. Yes, he's had 2 900-yard seasons for 12 touchdowns and 13 touchdowns. Good. Not terrible. Not great. Good. He's a good average running back. Arthur Brown says Jeff Wilson. That's right. I don't know where I pulled Michael Wilson out of, but Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson Jr., they picked him up from the 49ers last season in a trade. Speaking of trades, Calvin Ridley was traded to the Jacksonville Jaguars earlier this season, off-season, from the Atlanta Falcons. And Press Taylor, offensive coordinator for the Jacksonville Jaguars, says he is, quote, making his own role. So, guys, fact or crap, the Jacksonville Jaguars have the Jacksonville Jaguars need Calvin Ridley to be great for them to repeat as AFC South champions. I want to say fact. I want to say the South is going to be better. I think the Houston Texans are going to be much improved. I think the Colts are going to be much improved as well. New head coach, new quarterback, right? The Tennessee Titans are going to kind of just be the Titans. Nice 500 team, get really hot and then really cold and then just kind of bounce off. But this is crap. It is crap because I don't think Calvin Ridley isn't going to have a good season. I just think it's crap that I think the Jacksonville Jaguars have put together a really, really good team, and they don't need Calvin Ridley. They obviously have him, and they like to have him, and he is going to perform, and he's definitely going to make them better, but they don't need him to be successful. We saw that last season. Trevor Lawrence, trajectory, up and up and up and up and up. Him and Justin Fields are going to be neck and neck for maybe jumping into the top 5 quarterbacks of the NFL this season. They drafted Jay Jones in the 2nd round. I think he is going to explode. He is going to be probably offensive player of the year, rookie player of the year. I think he is going to quietly be one of the best receivers in the league. They have Travis Etienne. He is now the man. He is no longer splitting time, right? He is the man. He is in his third year playing. He is going to improve. He's going to be really, really good. Christian Kirk, last season, 84 catches, 1,108 yards for 8 touchdowns. Another year with Trevor Lawrence. Another year with Doug Peterson. Christian Kirk is going to probably finally earn that money that everybody's like, oh, you paid Christian Kirk that much money from the Arizona Cardinals? Like, what? Yeah. He is going to be a top 10 receiver as well this season. Guys, the Jacksonville Jaguars are a really, really good team. And like Arthur Brown says, Ridley is still very much unknown. The reason why he got traded from the Falcons was because of the whole gambling thing, right? they're like, hey, get off my books, man. Like, get out of here, right? But yeah, they don't need him to be successful. So that is going to be a crap statement. They like to have him, and they have him. That might win them another playoff game. That might get them to the AFC Championship game. But it's not going to help them win the South. Not going to help them win the South because the South is not there yet. Couple years, the AFC South might be the AFC West right now. Well, what we expect it to be last season. It might be. Arthur Brown says over here in the chat, says he will help in a contributing way. So he will not be the guy, but he will be a good little side piece. He will be like that hood rat chick that you like to mess around with when your wife is away, right? I'm totally kidding. When you have a cow at home, there's no need to go down the store and get some milk, if you know what I'm saying. If you know, you know. Ben Johnson's in the chat. He said, gentlemen, how are we? Man, we are great. Glad to see you in there. Until I saw this Boomer Sooner. My man, do you see that? Do you see that purple? We all know why Boomer Sooners are leaving for SEC. It's not because of money. It's not because they need more competition. It's because you're afraid of the Kansas State Wildcats, baby. We've all been there. We all have done that. We've all ran away from people we're scared of, and that's why Oklahoma Sooners are running the SEC. We're scared. You guys are still scared of Kansas. Freaking Jayhawk. Rock Chalk Jayhawk. The only thing I liked about Oklahoma was when Baker Mayfield did the whole little, oh, Jayhawks, oh, right? Not K-State. First of all, man, put some respect on their name. It's the Kansas State Wildcats, and y'all got us a few times here as of recently. Man, we own you. We own you since Darren Sproles and the boys went into Oklahoma and waxed that ass 35-0, baby. This isn't a college show, but damn it, Ben, you got me fired up. Don't be talking about my alma mater, baby. Let's not compare what Oklahoma has done to Kansas State, though. Let's talk about it, baby. How many championships has Oklahoma won in the last 15 years? Obviously not national championships, because none of us can win national championships unless you're Georgia. Let's just be honest. You guys have won like 2 Big 12 championships. K-State's gotten 3. We're better at football. We're better at baseball. We're better at archery. We're better at gymnastics. We're better at blind soccer. Moving on here. Clea Mack. My man, Clea Mack. Clea Mack says, losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars was like a nightmare I couldn't wake up from. And the Chargers are planning to make sure it never happens again. Guys, fact or crap, the Chargers are planning to make sure it never happens again. If you are a Chargers fan, I am sorry. I am sorry that your man says we're planning to never make sure it happens again. Well, I'm planning to go out there and trip on the sidewalk and hopefully $1 million smacks me in the face. I'm planning to go to the bathroom and hope a golden egg pops out my booty hole. I'm planning to go to work and say, F the job, I quit. I found $10 million in my gas tank. Clea Mack, shut up. Chargers, shut up. Y'all stupid. Everybody has a plan until they get smacked in the face. Everybody has a plan till you get smacked in the face. Kansas City Chiefs plan on going 17-0. The Buffalo Bills plan on 17-0. Every NFL team in the NFL plans to go 17-0. You can plan all you want. What happens when reality strikes you in the face? The point of the matter is, guys, there are organizations out there that are just plain cursed. The Cleveland Browns, cursed. The Minnesota Vikings and Kirk Cousins on primetime, cursed. The Detroit Lions, scared to win, cursed. Arizona Cardinals, you guys remember back in 2021 when they're like 12-0? And I said, man, this team has a lot of flaws. There are cracks showing, and Cardinals fans went up in flames. Like, whoa, blah, 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 we're Super Bowl. Okay, what happened? First round exit to the LA Rams. Bada bing, bada boom. They're Super Bowl champions. Well, y'all just suck. They didn't plan on losing a game, but they did, and they didn't know how to rebound from it. So that when the LA Chargers are saying that we're planning to make sure it never happens again, how can you plan to make sure this never happens again? Are you going to have a better coaching game plan when you're up 28, 21 points? So like, hey, let's just not suck. Let's not give the Jacksonville Jaguars this game away. Hey, what? Like, what? Hey, guys, let's plan on not giving up a 28-point lead in the second half. It is like, hey, guys, we're up 21 points going into halftime. This is let's say it's the Eagles versus the Cowboys. Eagles are up 21 points. And you see Jalen Hurts walk over to his wide receiver court, says, hey, guys, let's plan on not giving this game away. Let's plan on not doing this. Like, Jesus. When I read that, I was like, this has got to be a joke, right? This has to be that trolling matter. Nope. My man was serious. My man was like, hey, let's plan on not losing. Let's plan on not losing. What? All right, guys, we were about halfway through the show here today. That is Factor Crap. Factor Crap is brought to you by BetStamp, guys. Head over to betstamp.app. Use promo code MANHOUR. And for every new sports book you sign up through the BetStamp app using promo code MANHOUR, BetStamp will give you the minimum deposit. They will give it to you to bet on games. So if you go to betstamp.app, bada bing, bada boom, you're saying, I don't have FanDuel. Click on FanDuel, sign up for it, use promo code MANHOUR, bada bing, bada boom. My man Josh will give you a call. It's like, hey, here's $20 from in your PayPal account. Make some dollar bills, yo. BetStamp.app, guys. It is that simple. But you guys, I'm sure you're asking yourself, what is BetStamp, Buck? BetStamp is the best line shopping app out there, guys. Every NFL or every sportsbook has different odds. BetStamp.app is like the Expedia of line shopping. When you line shop, you can earn up to $1,000 more per year on bets. Let's flash back to the NCAA tournament. I'm voting for the Kansas State Wildcats to beat the Kentucky Wildcats. BetStamp had them at FanDuel had them at like a plus 100. BetGMG had like 150. Barstool plus 500. Where did I place my bet? With Barstool. I wouldn't have known that if I didn't have the BetStamp app. Check it out, guys. It is a great thing. And always, fins up, baby. Arthur, get out of here with that crap. Talking about toilet bowls. We were talking about toilet bowls earlier. Miami Dolphins and New York Jets toilet bowl 2023. No, I actually have the Dolphins as a 6th team as a potential Super Bowl contender, which is weird, right? That's weird, man. Toxic comment of the day. Let's go.
Toxic comment of the day.
All righty, guys. So this toxic comment of the day, we like to be lighthearted here on the Man Hour at facebook.com/Man Hour Sports. We have thousands of comments that roll in every day. Thousands of comments of like total between YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and TikTok and Instagram. We see them all, right? But sometimes there are those comments out there just like, come on, man. You really had to go there. You really had to go there. Guys, this post right here, my man Joey posted it. It says, name this player NFL edition. So guys, in the chat, can you guys guess who this player is? He went to Nevada. He was a Wolfpack. Ow! He was drafted by the 49ers, and his last team that he played for was the San Francisco 49ers as well. I don't think there's very many Wolfpack NFL players out there, especially drafted by 49ers, and it's obviously was Colin Kaepernick, right? And of course, people instantly went to the race card, instantly went to the protest. And this comment stood out the most. It says, Kaepernick, just like Muhammad Ali, it will take white people a few decades before they understand it. Understand what? I just want you to guess the player. I don't want you to try to slander me because I don't know history or some shit. Like, what are you talking about, for one? Number two, I did not like this. I think this is one of the dumbest comments on the whole post that I've seen. Guys, it was not a race card or the protest or this or this or this the reason why Colin Kaepernick got cut. Colin Kaepernick got cut from the San Francisco 49ers because he couldn't play football. His last season, he was 1-11 before he got benched. Right? He was terrible. He was terrible. We say this all the time. He was just not a good NFL quarterback the last 2 seasons of his NFL career. Now, he did do really well. The year they went to the Super Bowl, he did really, really well. But guess what? This was an Alex Smith-built team. Yes, I know Colin Kaepernick played the full season after Alex Smith got hurt, whatever, right? I get it. But the 49ers have a way of building a great team. My man Michael Wilhoit was on that team for the San Francisco 49ers as a linebacker. And they were a really good defense. The best defense in the NFL. They had a really, really, really good team. Colin and Kaepernick did ball out that season as well. After that, he sucked. He sucked. So I know where this man is trying to go with this comment. He is saying, read between the lines, he's saying that Colin Kaepernick got cut because of his black card, because he was protesting. He was doing the social injustice thing, right? No. He got cut because he sucked. Got cut because he sucked. That's the toxic comment of the day, guys.
Toxic comment of the day.
Alrighty, guys. So that is the toxic comment of the day. If you guys agree with me, let me know. And if not, we can have a civilized conversation about it, but don't be toxic about it. Don't be trying to go steering the conversation one way where it doesn't belong. Like what that guy did right there. That comment did not belong on Guess the NFL player. I liked it. It stirred the pot a little bit. Stir that pot, baby. Come on, man. Come on. Going to introduce another new segment here today. It's called Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is. Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is where I stroll Twitter, I stroll Facebook, I stroll Instagram, and I see a story where people are just talking out their booty holes. Right? I see those people out there just like, just talking just to talk, right? And this man, Matt Rampage, he is a Green Bay Packers podcast host. Very, very good show. If you guys have not had a chance to watch it, check it out. Really, really, really good. But he says the national media hates Green Bay. The national media hates Green Bay, and that's why they should never have the draft, yada, yada, yada. Well, the NFL draft in 2025 will be going to Green Bay, and probably going to be a great party. If you guys have not been to Green Bay, it is one of the best small towns that you can go to. The key word is small there. But let me pull up what old Matt Rampage had to say about the national media.
That national media people think that Green Bay can't have the draft. I've been talking about having a draft for a long time in Green Bay. Everyone's talking about the hotels, that they can't have the infrastructure. Look at Benjamin Albright. I'm just telling you, I'm not going to go. I'll have absolutely no interest in having to drive around. I don't want to. You're going to have to drive a car? Oh, my goodness. I've been to Green Bay twice, and I can tell you, having been to most drafts, it does not have the infrastructure for a normal draft. Let's not have a normal draft, baby. This is Green Bay. This is the history of the league. The draft absolutely should be in Green Bay. Can handle. You think the NFL just had this on a whim? Like, yeah, let's just check it out. Let's see what happens. Looked into it. They know that they can handle it. Milwaukee isn't that far. Like, you're talking about New York, like a 3-hour drive to New York and a 3-hour drive from Green Bay, like to Milwaukee or wherever you're going to Wisconsin. It's not the same. Sit in traffic in New York or LA or wherever, just getting to their job. It's not that hard to go to Appleton or Milwaukee, or wherever you want to stay. And if you don't want to go, don't go, bro. No one cares. No one's like, well, where's Benny? Is Benny here? We can't have the draft without Benny. No disrespect. I just don't care if you go. You know what I mean? I see so many people like disrespecting Green Bay. Like they can't do it. All right? It's going to get done, people. It's coming to Green Bay. People don't like for Green Bay to have things. They're always talking about Aaron Rodgers getting. They're always just trying to kick everything out. The NFL draft is in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Suck it up, people. If you don't want to go, more room for the rest of us.
All right. So my man obviously kind of goes in about this one particular NFL guy, and he's like, hey, guys, he was spitting facts. Everything that Matt Rampage just said there, that saying Green Bay cannot handle it. Oh, you want to stay in Appleton? You can drive 2 hours. Well, the draft's in Green Bay. Why do I want to drive 2 hours away to stay in a hotel and then drive back to Green Bay? Oh, you can go to Milwaukee and stay. Why would I want to drive 3 hours to stay in Milwaukee when the draft is in Green Bay? Now, I understand that Green Bay has 8 or 9 home games every year. I went to a Green Bay Packers game 2 years ago when they played Lions on Monday Night Football opening day. Great experience. Clearly a small town. Clearly, the only reason why that town is there is because of the Green Bay Packers. Clearly. Now, excuse me. Let me ask this question, Matt Rampage. Where in Lambeau, Wisconsin, are they going to host this draft? Are you going to do it at Lambeau Field? Because that's probably the only place where you can truly have that draft. Oh, Milwaukee's only a 3-hour drive away. Well, just have it in Milwaukee then. Appleton's only 2 hours away. Have it in Appleton. Clearly, Benny understands what he's talking about. He's been to many, many drafts. Kansas City, great host for the draft. New York, great host for the draft. Nashville, great host for the draft. Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's probably going to end up snowing in April. Like, who wants to go to the draft and get snowed on? Matt Rampage, I love your content, man. I love it. But you are wrong here, my man. You are wrong. Simple, cut, dry, to the point, you are wrong. And unless you guys are going to build a $15 million state-of-the-art stadium or amphitheater thing, good luck trying to get around that town. Just go to Appleton. It's only 2 hours away. Go to Wisconsin or go to Milwaukee. It's only 3 hours away. A 3-hour drive is not the same in Wisconsin as in New York. I drove through Wisconsin. There ain't shit in Wisconsin. I literally, on my way from Louisville to St. Paul, Minnesota, I drove through Wisconsin for whatever reason. That was stupid, right? I saw 124 dead deer on the side of the road. That's what Wisconsin's known for. Packers, cheese, and dead deer on the side of the road. Arthur Brown says it should have been in Miami. Maybe Miami will get it when they have a winning season. What in the hell to do at Green Bay, Wisconsin? Go to the local bar? Yeah. I mean, if you go to Lambeau, they have a house right across the stadium that is built like the actual stadium, but it's like miniature size, and you can hang out there and like have a beer. Maybe that's they'll have the draft. You can only be 3 foot tall to enter in, so they can get more people in there, so it looks bigger. Let's hang out at the Applebee's. He says, I've been to Green Bay. It's small as hell. I mean, honestly, me being a small town kid, I would absolutely love to live in Green Bay. I would love to live there. I would love to be able to walk across the street and go to the NFL game 8 times a year. I would love it. But I think Benny is right. The infrastructure just isn't there. Now, they do have 2 years to figure it out. They do have a couple years to Walmart can close down, and they can have it at the local Walmart. No, I'm not trying to dog Green Bay in any ways, but maybe the national media is right. Maybe the national media is right. I don't know. But guys, that's going to be it for today's show. We'll catch you next time right here on the Man Hour. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. East Coast time. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday, isn't it? Last show of the week, guys. I'll be in Nashville Friday through Tuesday. You know what? Let's do Overreaction. Overreaction Thursday is back, baby. We'll see you guys next time.